98 paintings exhibited here open the door into a mysterious universe and constitute a lesser known and therefore less celebrated aspect of the Nobel laureate. Despite the extraordinary range and richness of his writing, there were experiences he may have felt that were excluded by the limitations of the verbal. For the very first time, 200 and odd original paintings by Rabindranath Tagore are being especially brought from India to major European capitals to be exhibited before art lovers, historians, and the people. Many have never traveled out of India before, and many have not been accessible to the public earlier, even in India. In this immensely productive phase, his initial lines and scribbles transformed into a full-fledged visual harvest. Nutnera majhe tumi puratam, you are the ancient amidst the new, to quote Tagore himself. In his Gitanjali, an offering of poems, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, Tagore says, Yukto koro shobai shange mukta koro he bandhu. Unite me with everything, but liberate me from every bondage. In his literary works, Tagore had celebrated notes of essential oneness and of harmony. These paintings, on the other hand, express an elemental impulse to free himself from all bonds, throwing to the winds even the rules of paintings, and seek a new harmony in disharmony with his own unmistakable signature. I hope that this exhibition of rare masterpieces will help the world appreciate the great rediscovery of his own self by a truly great Indian genius who belongs to the West and the rest of the world as much as he does to India. Thank you very much.
Giving a lecture in Stuttgart, one newspaper man who was listening to him said, I don't understand his poetry doesn't seem to be very important to me, but when I look at him, I feel he's the next prophet of the world. So his long beard and his glowing eyes, he was one of those, became one of those paradigms of the wise men of the East. But suddenly, after 1921, and certainly after 1930, Tagore's fame plummeted in the West. The comet disappeared. It reappeared several decades later in India, and now it's reappearing again. So Tagore's renown, both national and international, has its great ups and downs. One of the reasons was the poor quality of Tagore's own translation. Tagore, though he was a great master of the Bengali idiom, his English always had its problems. William Butler Yeats is the Irish poet who was mainly responsible for Tagore getting his Nobel Prize when the Gitanjali appeared for the first time in English translation. It was Yeats who wrote a very laudatory introduction to this. So he was Tagore's host in London when he took Tagore to bookshops in London, and he says that Tagore was devouring books on teach yourself English, because he was very conscious of his bad English. He always wanted to improve his English. The transformation of characters, the transformation of situations is very important. There is tragedy, but tragedy is not the end. Tragedy comes in the middle, at the end there's reconciliation. So it's the play of transformations. Women are the harbingers of this transformation. And one of the recurrent motives in Tagore's theatre is self-sacrifice. It's not victimhood, it's not tragedy, but the light comes at the end and hope comes at the end, even at the cost of self-sacrifice, because self-sacrifice is a greater sacrifice, as the character realizes than sacrificing other lives. Tagore's silence in his paintings is understandable, because after all, painting is the art of silence, the museum of silence. So painting is the art of silence, because in paintings Tagore wanted to communicate something through silence which he had not been able to communicate in the past through words or through sounds. So this award is being presented to two eminent people, and the first is Professor Dietmar Rotermann, who has headed the South Asia Institute in Heidelberg, was taught there for so many years, eminent historian with 30 books to his credit, and secondly to Mr. Goethe who has been a great lover, practitioner of Indian music.
সুকুমার পাণ্ডুর নীলিমা অরণ্য তাহারি তলে ঊর্ধ্বে বাহু মেলি আপন শ্যামল অর্থ
Und welcome.
The next part we will present is a folk song, Der König in Tula, written by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, one of the greatest poets who lived in Germany.
I read in class 12. I'm 18 years old and I also read in class 12.
We just came here to exchange our cultures, to have a blend of German and Indian culture, to make it more appreciated and to have a fusion. We just wanted to make Indian and German culture all together the greatest one.
Don't be shy to ask, because that's the time now. I know it's a bit short, but no.
Do you like your uniform, or is it better for you to wear what you want? Because we can choose our clothes, but you have to, or you have to wear a uniform. Do you like it, or?
It makes us unique, so we like it, and we really have fun wearing this.
Actually, to be precise, we don't think about it so much. It's just you wear clothes, we also wear the thing, but it's the same thing, you know?
How do you choose your lessons, or are they like?
There is a subject that we call core, and in there are different sort of musical instruments, painting, dancing. You can choose any of them, and there is also a subject called additional subject.
Mostly instruments and also painting, modeling, and else. Instruments, dance, music.
So I would like to know what subjects you take when you opt for the art section stream.
Physics, geography, and then there's the social science like political science, history, geography, and then of course the arts, music, drama class, and art, yeah, right, painting.
Blickt euch jetzt an, spielt mit den Augen.
Enjoyed every minute, and what an extraordinary exhibition of talent. My congratulations to the school on its 5th birthday, to the Tagore School.
Ich gratuliere die Tagore Schule für das 5. Jubiläumsjahr.
And this year is also significant, being the 150th birth anniversary of Tagore himself. Tagore also had a strong connection with Berlin, had conversations with many leading figures of his time, including some very distinguished conversations with Einstein. Einstein admitted, and in his words now, a knowledge of the existence of something we cannot penetrate, our perceptions of the profoundest reason and the most radiant beauty, which only in their most primitive forms are accessible to our minds. It is knowledge and this emotion that constitutes